Well, the D-Day invasion on June the 6th, 1944 was the biggest attack by sea the Allies had ever undertaken. But it was also a massive operation in the air. In the second of our special reports for the 70th anniversary, we look at the part that Lincolnshire air crews played and the man who was one of the few to know exactly where the landings would take place. Joe Makel has this report.
The D-Day invasion was a risky plan. Heavy casualties were inevitable and the German defences needed to be weakened, a job often undertaken by the Lincolnshire-based bombers.
It was absolutely vital that we gained air superiority over France, air supremacy even, because without that the invasion could not have gone ahead because the casualties would just have been too great. So in the 6 months up to D-Day, we destroyed their infrastructure in France, roads, railways, bridges and so on, and pretty much destroyed the Luftwaffe. In that 6 months, the Allied Air Forces, United States and RAF flew 200,000 sorties, of which 70,000 were flown by the RAF.
Despite this build-up, it was vital to keep the exact plans for the assault under wraps. One of the few who was privy to the secret was Robert Johnson from Scotland near Lincoln. In 1944, he was a young RAF officer.
I was told to prepare some maps showing the landing area, which was sort of highly secret. It was the crucial information, you know. The Germans knew we were coming. They didn't know where and they didn't know when. But in that little red pink book, it told you all. It's just this was a week before D-Day. I'd spent the week toing and froing, and I didn't have a drink all that time, I thought. Well.
To protect the plans even further, there were deception schemes, including on the eve of D-Day, Operation Taxable, led by Squadron Leader Les Munro and carried out by 617 Squadron, the Dambusters.
It was a vital operation and one that didn't involve dropping any bombs at all, but was perhaps one of the most important things that 617 Squadron Dambusters did during the whole war. They flew an incredibly precision navigation exercise, drop-in radar reflective window as it was called, with some little ships underneath them, only 18 ships, and the whole effect was to look like a great convoy going towards this other part of France at 8 knots. And then there was another operation, Operation Glimmer, further east again, flown by 218 Squadron Stirlings.
The Germans were faced with 3 different apparent invasions. It confused and divided their defences. Within hours, the real armada of planes and ships was at Normandy.